This is our video for Chapter 3, Section 4, Greatest Common Factor. The terms you need to define in your notebook are common factor and greatest common factor. A factor, or a common factor, is a factor that two or more numbers share. So that means is if we were to look at a number, say we're looking at factors of 18, which are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. And the factors of 30, which are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, and 30. Common factors would be numbers that are the same. So they have a common factor. 1 is a common factor, 2 is a common factor, 3 is a common factor, 6 is a common factor. All the rest of them are different, so those are the only factors that they have in common. Now let's talk about greatest common factor, or GCF. The greatest common factor of two or more numbers is the greatest factor shared by all the numbers. You can find the greatest common factor of two numbers by listing their factors. So let's look at those numbers again. So we have 1 is shared, 2 is shared, 3 is shared, 6 is shared. So we want the greatest common factor, so the biggest number they have in common is 6. So the GCF of these two numbers is 6. Pause the video and do these in your notebook. Be sure to label the section as exercises and number your work. 1. List the factors to find the greatest common factor of each pair of numbers. A. 6 and 2. B. 18 and 49. C. 14 and 28. Now let's look at how to find the greatest common factor using a division ladder. So if we look at two numbers, 42 and 56, we know we're going to do our upside down division symbol. They're both even numbers, so we know that 2 is going to be a factor. So 2 goes into 42 21 times, and 2 goes into 56 28 times. All right. Let's see, what else do they have in common? 21 and 28. 1 can be divided by 3. 28 cannot. 21 cannot be divided by 4 because it isn't even. Neither one can be divided by 6. What about 7? 21 times 3 is 7. 21 divided by 3 is 7. 28 divided by 4 is 7. So 7 is a common factor. And that gives us 3 left over here and 4 left over there. So the greatest common factor that these two have is 7, because 7 and 2 are the only common factors, and 7 is the biggest. Pause the video and try this word problem in your notebook. Solve it with a division ladder grid that I just like the one I showed you in the video. Now let's look at using factor trees to find the greatest common factor. We're looking at the numbers 18, 27, and 36. So we're going to break these down. 3 is a common factor for all of these, so we're going to start with 3 since 3 is prime. And 3 goes into 18 6 times, 3 goes into 27 9 times, and 3 goes into 36 12 times. Then we can break down the 6, the 9, and the 12. 6 can be broken down into 3 and 2 that are both prime. 9 can be broken down to 3 and 3, which are both prime. And 12 can be broken down into 3 and 4. 3 is prime, 4 is not. Break the 4 down farther into 2 and 2. So if we look to see what they have in common, they have 2 3s, 2 3s, and 2 3s. So our greatest common factor is 3 times 3, which equals 9. Let's look at those factors another way. So we have 18, 27, and 36. Their factors are 3 times 3 times 2, 3 times 3 times 3, and 3 times 3 times 2 times 2. So what they have in common is the 3 times 3. So it's just another way of seeing that the greatest common factor is 9 because 3 times 3 equals 9. Check your understanding. 1. Vocabulary. Explain why the greatest common factor of two numbers is sometimes 1. 2. Open-ended. Write two numbers with a greatest common factor of 4. Match each pair of numbers to the greatest common factor. 3. 18 and 3, 4, 8 and 12, 5, 22, and 110. A, 22, B, 3, C, 4. Enjoy the rest of your evening.